Yeah, good afternoon. After completion of the last topic, yesterday we have discussed about the National E-Governance Plan. In this today's session, we need to talk about models, methods, and techniques. In this block, we are going to emphasize on government process re-engineering. So actually, when we're talking about what is government process re-engineering, so government process re-engineering is nothing but re-engineering means reforming the government structure or organization methods. So here, government process re-engineering. So government try to re-engineering the government organization functions by way of introducing what you call information communication system, ME-Seva, E-Seva, or ICT methods, different things. It's try to re-engineering means reforming. So despite of different between public and private sectors, especially the business process re-engineering, the principles have widely used in the engineering process of government activities. So this has led the government process for the re-engineering. So this is called GPR in government. GPR means government process re-engineering. So in the public sector, especially the various organizations try to practice the business process re-engineering under the government re-engineering process. So it will try to reform that. So in the public sector, it will try to transform the traditional hierarchical bureaucratic model to customer-oriented model. So this is a government process re-engineering. So we can say that one, it refers to the e-government, the use of government agencies, the technology, information technology. So the internet technology and mobile computing is help for this company. So it will try to transform the citizens and business activities and other things. So we can say this one, the re-engineering government process is one of the re-engineering process in the government. So it will try to improve the interaction with the business, industry, citizens, and empowerment through the access to the information. So e-government. So as we discussed in previous class, the e-governments have the many components in that. So the e-government especially will help for the e-commerce and business transaction with each other more effectively. So we can call this as a B2B. And B2C is also one of the element which has come under the customer closer business system, business to customer. And another one is that B2C, business to customer. And another one, G2B, government to enterprise, government to business, or G2C, government to citizen. G2G, government agencies to government agencies. So these are many comes under the ICT implications. Next, we can talk about the government process re-engineering. So the basic reason for the advancement of GRP as follows. So what is the reason for this advancement of e-governance, re-engineering GPR system? So first element, this is because of the basic reason for the advancement of engineering. First reason, the misconception that e-government is a traditional government affair, intact move to the internet, and does not require a recognition of the fundamental transformation of the traditional organization structure. This is the first reason. And the second reason for the GPR, government process re-engineering, the wrong belief that e-government is a traditional government planned in the digital world. That is wrong. And the third one is e-governance system means to make a computerized business flow of government information. So resulted in the lack of seamless integration and information sharing. So it will try to solve the problem and necessary for the development of e-government system and government process try to re-engineering parallel at the same time. So to evolve a new kind of method and procedure to achieve the organization goals or organizational business government functioning. So the e-government administration process set to improve performance management and public satisfaction as the goal of this. So it has based on three characteristics. So the public satisfaction and what you call the e-government process to improve the management is based on three characteristics. First one, for the public with a business as a center. So existing boundaries across functional department and their subordinate units. So it will for that one also. Third one, facing the problem of system programming management to replace the traditional government. So these all will come under the characteristics of this organization, this thing. So these are the basic reasons for the GPR system. So the GPR enable to government system to improve the government functioning through the different elements. So what are the elements here? I have mentioned here GPR, three basic characteristics of this GPR system. GPR enable these things. First one, GPR enable the government system to improve the government functioning. So three areas which are come under. First one, it will try to improve the citizen focus and experience, minimize the process complexity. So whatever the services which are required to the people, so that process will try to minimize it, and cost and service delivery on time. So this is also one of the GPR enable improve the functioning. Next one, increase the transparency. So GPR will try to improve the transparency and reduce the administrative burden. So it will try to reduce the administrative burden. So this is the GPR functioning will be improved through this. And another element, we can know about the business process re-engineering versus government process re-engineering. So what is this? So when we're talking about the government process or process in the government domain, so the government process is a domain of the government activity. Government services is supported by a set of business process. So due to that, so we can say that one in the process of environment or the business system is a collection of process that take one or more inputs, and it will try to create output that is a value of all stakeholders. The process not functions drive an organization. So the process or that key satisfaction customers and stakeholders. So in the government activities, every government service is supported by a set of business process. So these business process will try to provide approach and guidance to deliver the services. So here, business process. The business process is a set of activities from the business that is initiated by the event, transform the information, material, or business commitments. Another one, produce an output also. So you can see these three elements which are come under here. So the difference between activities and the business process and the government process. So business process, what we are saying here, it's initiated by the event, transform the information, materials, or business commitments. And government process is a set of activities performed by the government. So what are the activities performed by the government? Initiated by the event. Example, service request or event or cause. Transformation of information, material, business commitment. Produce an output means the delivery of the services. So these are the same. It looks same, same functions. Yeah. Next, GPR. The premise of GPR and BPR, I mean business process re-engineering, to analyze the influence of development of information technology for business process, restructuring, and renovation of process, rather than the use of information technology to deal with the existing business process. That is a superficial reform. So the traditional business process, the same information is often should be carried out in the different sectors of the storage, processing, and management. So which contains a lot of repetitive work. Through the business process re-engineering, each process should be determined to gather information, then capture information at the source and use information technology to realize the information sharing in the whole process. So this is the difference between BPR and GPR, business process re-engineering and government process re-engineering. So what is the process? What is the method? What is the way of processing of GPR process? Business process also. You can see that the business process, government process re-engineering, you can see this one. The government process re-engineering, it's initiated by the government and people will try to use it. I mean, customers will try to use it through the different centers. So the citizens demand as the starting point, the enterprise and the public as a customer manage the services. So one stop will be there for the getting the services. People will consult there, people will get it. So it's like the e-government carry. So public simply use the mouse to click the government portal website and can enjoy the government more concrete, more personalized services. So further, it will try to implement e-government, help to improve the speed and efficiency of information transformation. And it will help to optimize the organizational structure of administration. So this enhance the effective of government communication and administrative operational efficiency. Simply, administrative operational procedures and reduce the administrative operating cost also. So it helps to save the government funding and expenditure. The implementation of e-government will help promote openness, information disclosure, enhance transparency in the government organizations. So this comes under the process of GPR. So when we're talking about these one, there are number of services will be there, the service quality. So service quality is one of the important concept. So it kept in the mind while understanding the GPR, I mean, government process reengineering initiatives. Service quality comprises the physical production, the time taken to deliver it, and the cost of getting services, and customers' experience and service delivery. So all will come under the service quality. So the government process reengineering exercise identifies service quality parameters which are associated with the services being re-engineering, the services which are to be re-engineered, and strive to improve the parameters. So what are the parameters for the service quality? Generally, when we're talking about the service quality, time, cost, complexity, transparency, citizens' experience. So these are all the parameters. So when we're talking about time, time taken for the completion of the particular services by the citizen or the business, time taken for the delivery of services by the government can be called as a service quality, the time in the service quality time parameter. So second one, cost is also one of the parameter. Cost is nothing but which incurred in receiving the services by the citizen or the business. Cost incurred by the government in delivery of the services comes under the cost. And complexity. Complexity is nothing but a number of forms to be filled, the amount of information which we need to provide, a number of offices to be approached, etc. by the citizen and in the government organization. So that we can say that one complexity. And transparency. What is the transparency? The transparency is the knowledge process of delivering of the services. Timeless. Status of services records the citizen and business openly. And a citizen experience. Citizen experience is nothing but the quality of interaction, the politeness and treatment, how is interact without one, courtesy, all will come under the citizens' experience with the government during the services. So in the modern organization, government organizations, sometimes it's working like a private organizations also in point of receiving them, respecting them, and what you call politenessly and treatment, the courtesy, all will come under the citizen experience. So please remember that the quality services can be measured. Service quality can be measured with these 5 elements. That is the time, cost, complexity, and transparency, citizen experience. Next, go to the stages of government process re-engineering. So as we discussed here, the government process re-engineering stages and GPR initiative through the various levels. So the first step in GPR process is to identify and a statement of problem in the current process scenario. And this is follow the definition of vision and objectives and all these things. During this phase, data is also collected from the different processes. So you can see the image here. This is a method of what you call stages of government process re-engineering. So problem identification is the first one. Define the vision and objective of government is the second one. Third one, process study and documentation. Whatever the problems the local level people facing in that organization, we need to documentize or we need to put on the paper. So that is a process study and documentation. And process analysis. So next element in the fourth element in the process, in the stages of government process re-engineering, they will analyze the problem. So what is the problem? Technical problem with that they have, or any uploading problem in that. So what is the problem? Whether it's a technical or non-technical, whatever the problem, they will try to identify it. So sometimes we are talking about e-governance and me-seva centers. Still few places, they are not available, the me-seva centers. If they want to get anything on online services, so they have to go to the long distance. So that is a problem. So we can identify in the study, we can say that one, the process analysis, this is a problem is here. And process re-engineering. So to outcome that problem, so what is the solution? What is the alternative in that? We can say that one. So that comes under the process re-engineering and defining to be processes. Another one, process implementation. This is the last one. So they're re-engineering the process. For example, I told you the example. In local areas, some of the rural areas, still they don't have the me-seva centers, e-seva centers in nearby areas. So they need to travel long distance. So for that purpose, what they will do, in nearby area, they will try to start one me-seva center, or weekly twice or three times, they will try to put that center and take the services. So the process of implementation, so this is the final one, and IT enablement and validation, so all will come under the stages of GPR, government process re-engineering. So what are the government process re-engineering? Problem identification and defining, and define the vision and objectives of GPR, and process study and documentation, process analysis, process re-engineering. In that, we can defining to process and process implementation, all will come under. So we have some legal aspects also. So what are the legal aspects? So in this one, legal aspects, we can say that one, organizational structural changes. So the changes design, the agency handled a particular task. So this is one. So any changes in the process is usually derived from the underlying legislation. Hence, the changing process may require change to legal framework to realize the process changes and give them enough legal backing. Some of the changes that may result in the government process re-engineering, which require the legal changes, includes first one, organizational structural changes. Second one, jurisdictional changes. Third one, statutory power changes. So these all come under the legal process implementation. So in the constitution, law enactment in the parliament or state legislation, union legislation, subordinate legislation, what is there? So manuals and guidelines they need to prepare. So all will come under here. So these all come under what do you call legal aspects of this one. So you can see that image here. So this comes under the legal elements of this. So this is the legal elements of this. So constitution, law enactment, IT enabled is one, legislation, subordinates, all will come under. So this. Next one we can talk. Recognition of electronic transformation. So how can we recognize the electronic transactions? So the another important element after the legal aspect, IT enablement, the local recognition in the GPR system is important, which will give the results. So legal recognition of electronic transactions, legal recognition of electronic records, so electronic contracts, and what do you call the electronic and manual signatures, these all important for this one. So these all should be recognized. If you get any me-seva center certificate through that, so there is a one column will be there. So there is a one statement will be there. So no need of physical signature. This is an online generated signature. So there is a legal recognition of electronic, what do you call manual signatures, electronic signatures. So in India, the legal recognition provided by the IT Act, that signature, IT Act 2000, means Information Technology Act 2000, and Information Technology Amendment Act 2008, and rules under the IT Act also comes under this one. Next, go to the success of government process re-engineering. So it requires that government success of process re-engineering. It requires the innovativeness. The innovativeness is nothing but the thinking and coming up with the solutions rather than replication of manual system should be forced. Next one, transformation. So transformation, it should be bring about the drastic improvement in the quality of services. Rational data requirement. So that data, we are getting the data is information is needed, rarely used. Hence, justifiable data should be asked. So needed data, accurate data, correct data we need, and use of existing data efficiency. So that data which is already available to the government data, so can be done with that. So the difference between government and other processes also will be there. So these all come under the process which are required, successful for the GPR requirements. So what are the GPR success requirement? Innovativeness, transformation, rational data requirement, use of the existing data. So all will come under. So with this, we have completed the third topic. Though there are a few questions are there in the examination point of view, they will ask that one. Please focus on process of GPR and what difference between GPR and BPR. So the basic characters of what do you call GPR? So the government process reengineering. What is the government process reengineering? In the short type of answer, they will ask questions here. So please keep in your mind. Go to the next topic, that is geographical information system. So the modern world, everybody is using the geographical information system. So in this concept, we can know about what is the meaning of geographical information system, how it is works, and what are the characteristics of geographical information system, and how it is helped in the decision making. So we have the Bharat map. This is one of the organization which will be based on the GIS, geographical information system, and GIS in the public sector, and the technology in the control the data and other things. What are the what you call hurdles of this one? So we will discuss all in detail. So the information technology in the entire the world, the cutting that front ends of the knowledge, and it has opened the several new applications for the daily needs in the civil society. So the ITC, information communication technology, in every day-to-day life, it is introducing the new methods or the new type of services. So new type of applications. So one of them is that geographical information system. So it is rapidly become the catalyst for the several transactional changes in the world. So it will try to help for the management, planning, decision making, government, citizen engagement services, etc. So that ICT is a mandate in the Digital India initiative for the government of India to digitally empower the society. So this ICT helping. So this emphasis of facilitation of the location based on GIS based decision making, planning, e-governance, and better utilization of the resources is available with the GIS system. So what is GIS? GIS means GIS represents a powerful technology that can be address any of the information need of public sector decision makers, managers, analysts, and employees who deliver the services. So GIS, geographical information, is a combination of computer hardware and software with a geographical reference. So this can be used, the available of information about the geographical location. So on the basis of GIS, we can get the geographical location of particular one. So this GIS allows the data to be mapped and analyzed the using of geographical techniques. So this is about the GIS. GIS use the computer maps, and the maps that are used by the GIS perhaps the fundamental for society. Another one, computer maps is also one concept. So the spatial characteristics of this one, the maps gain their value in the three ways. So the maps as a way of recording the storage information. Second one, as a means of analyzing locations, distributions, and spatial patterns, and as a method of presenting information and communicating findings. So this is this one. So GIS is a pioneer in the 1960 as the governments and the university researchers developed the countries. So the representative Scott. So they also develop the computer programs and quickly analyze this one. So this comes under. So another element of this, we can say that one. How GIS works. So geo coding is a fundamental for GIS operation. It is a process of matching the data, geographical locations, such as a specific address and place areas by using available descriptive information, data geographical locations. So simple, we can give the information. We can send that location directly. Then it will show in their app. So the characteristics of geographical information system. There are many characteristics of geographical information system which are based on that. So we can say that one. First one, geographics. So geographic. What is geographic? So geographical information, the system concerned with the data related to the geographical these things, the locations will be there, and it will what you call information system may contain the detailed location this one and information. The information is nothing with specific address and a place. It will be stored in that. So the system is an environment which allows the data to manage the questions to be posted. So this command. Next, geomatics and e-governance system. So geomatic refers that the method of technologies used to collect and distribute, store, analyze, process, and present geographic data. So that is called geomatics. Geomatics encompasses the field of geographical information. So GIS, global position system, hydrography, mapping, photo, remote sensing, and surveying. So etc. will come under the geometric. So this geometric will be helps in the government sector, and especially integration, decision support, and what you call acquisition, these things. So this application is a fundamental to population growth, economic development, consumption of natural resources will come under this one. So it will help for the geometric comprises the remote sensing, photogrammetry, and the geographical information system. These all will come under in the geometrics. So what is the geometrics? Geometrics refers that is a method, technique used to collect the descriptive, store, analysis, process, and present geographical data. So geometric is especially the field of geographic information system, global position system, hydrography, mapping, photogrammetry, remote sensing, surveying, etc. will come under. So geometric includes all aspects of georeferences, that is the acquisition, integration, decision support, etc. So all will come under. So next, what is a GIS making process? So GIS making process is one of the important element in that. So it's a business government to make the decisions for the public interest. So it refers that generally lead to the adoption of the different principles. So different principles in that. So different principles will be there. So these principles, problem description and formulation of solution, and another one policy adoption, implementation, and evaluation. So GIS decision making process. So it will help for these one. So refer to the manner which a problem is issued, introduced. So in the process, this GIS process includes first one, problem description. So what is the problem? This is the first phase. The process agenda setting and the problem recognition, problem identification is the first one. Formulation of solutions, meaning preparing the solutions for that. Third one, policy adoption. The which policy is correct one, which decision is correct one, which was we can use that for this one. So implementation. Implementation is nothing but the policies and programs which are framed for the adoption of the policy will try to put into action. So that is the implementation. We can say that one. So another one, Bharat Maps. So Bharat Maps is one of the new type of this thing here. When we're talking about Bharat Map, so to provide that information, Government of India is framed that Bharat map. So this Bharat map is a GIA platform It is established by the National Information Center, National Informatics Center, and using the SNCC maps. And another one, Bharat Map framework is a unique and robust infrastructure leveraging seamless countrywide. So this is satellite mapping and terrain mapping services rendered by the global geospatial information system. So this is based on that. So this Bharat Map is implementing the different ministries. We can give the examples. The ministry and department like Ministry of Sanitation, Drinking Water, and SBM, Gramin Drinking Water Portal, and similar services are being provided by the different ministries like Rural Development, Ministry of Urban, Department of Land Resource, and the Department of Labor, Transport, Sarathi project, and central government health schemes also we have it. So Bharat Abhiyan program and Arogya Mission, different programs, health management information system, everything is saved in this one. And another one after these programs, so this is the map, you can see that Bharat Maps, a multi-layer GIS framework. So you can see that one, first one, the robot scaling, second one, third, database and everything. So New Delhi, and it will connect to the different places. So all will come under here. So this comes under what you call Bharat Maps. Another one, GIS in public sector. So geographical information system to control the data technology and institutions' ability to misuse the GIS through the laying with maps and the public participation in GIS data analysis and confirmation and privacy issues will be there. Public geographical literacy among the others. So there are different problems in that GIS information system. They have the problems and the control of data technology. So lack of objectives, lack of public participation in the GIS, confidential of data. So sometimes the data is going to threat, what you call stolen by the some other people. So this is a big problem for the government organizations. So that's why they never try to give the information. People refuse to give it. So this is the one of the problem in that one. So the data which has given in that, whether confidentially it will be stored or not. So that is important for that. So this all comes under the GIS information system. So with this, we have completed these lessons. And please remember that once again repeats you all these concepts. So in the examination point of view, they will ask you to write a note on GIS and Bharat initiative programs, Bharat this thing. And what are the characteristics of GIS? I mean, geographical information system. So what is GIS? You need to write all this one. And the next one, GIS and decision-making process. What is the role of GIS in decision-making process? Remember that. So Bharat Map, what is a Bharat Map, how it is works, and what are the services are there, you write it. So what are the hurdles in the implementing of GIS system? So you need to write all these points which we discussed here. So all will come under. Okay. So with this, if you have any doubts and clarifications, I welcome you all. Any doubts? So please go to your material. So then you can get the notes. Prepare the notes according to the question, short answer and long-term basis. I hope nobody have the doubts here. Am I correct? Okay.